day to Raby Castle, and I've walked quite a distance. My knee's starting to hurt, and the road, the path just ends at the end there. And he said, "Oh, I'll turn back," and I said, "No, you carry on and get your steps in." So I'm making him do his steps. That's him away. But look at this. We have, oh, we've got cars coming. Never seen cars down here very often. And up there, look at this. Look at them. They're running around, all the deer. Herd of deer. In front of the castle. Shaky hand, sorry. Meanwhile, his lordship is down there. Still hasn't reached the end. I'm all wrapped up with my gilet and my hat and my warm fleece on. I'll turn. Oh, the sun is a beautiful day. Beautiful day. The sun's in your eyes. See if you can see it. Ooh, really sunny today. But it's lovely. It's a lovely day. Good for exercise. But my knee is just starting to hurt. Good afternoon, everybody. His lordship's there as well. Forgot his hat. It's cold. By our standards, 4 degrees. Do you think it's 4? Maybe it's even colder.
It's probably 4.
We've got the castle there, and we've got a lovely lake around here with swans. And there's a dirty cygnet that's going to become a beautiful swan eventually. First walk for a while.
Yes, lazy Christmas.
Lazy Christmas and New Year. So we'll put our steps in. He's put more than I have. I made him go further.
I jogged.
You jogged.
Did I jog?
I made him go further because my knee started to hurt. And so I said, "You can go on." And he said, "No, I'll stay with you." I said, "No, you'll go on."
Do what you're told in this
You do what
house.
you're told, yes. Because he was just complaining about not getting enough steps in. So I said, "You go and get on." Now then. Hang on. So we went to Richmond the other day.
Weird.
With his daughter and the grandchildren. And we went into, what was the shop called?
Lucy Pittaway.
No, not Lucy. We went to Lucy Pittaway's to buy a calendar for the granddaughter because she likes Lucy Pittaway artist. I'll put a couple of pictures up to let you see what it's about. And we went to the, what was the mountaineering? What was it? Mountain Warehouse shop, which is closing down for refurbishment. And I secretly picked up 2 packs of thermal long johns for him. Didn't tell him. My son was banging on at him saying, you need to get some thermal pants on to keep you warm. So, when we got home, I presented him with these thermal long johns. Of course, I got the wrong size, extra large. Well, they are the right size, but...
I'm not extra large.
So I said I'll take them in when we wash them, after we wash them. And so when we set off this morning, I said, oh, I'm going to put my thermals on under my trousers, keep my legs warm because it was 4 degrees. So he said, do you think I should put mine on? And I said, well, it's up to you. So off he goes, puts his thermals on, comes down, points out to me that they're rather on the large side, which they are. And I said, I'll take them in. Taking my breath away, this.
They're currently dropping down by the knees.
No, they're not. Anyway, so we're walking around here, and what do you keep saying?
I've got lovely warm legs.
He said, I've got lovely
Well, the thing is, I had it in my head about long johns, old men's gear, you know, those sort of white, vesty, long-legged things
Yeah.
that old fellas wear. I wasn't going to wear them. But when I read the box, it was described as a outward bound garment.
And they've got a
thermals
snazzy
for
pattern
cold
on
weather
them.
walking. So that did for me, and that was fine. So I put them on and what have you. And then I started thinking, do you know, when I was a lad, well, early 20s, I used to go out all over the place camping in minus 20 degrees and foot of snow.
You put 2 pairs of denims on those in those days, didn't
Well, I
you?
didn't have anything back then. All I wore, well, obviously I wore clothes, but there wasn't the high-tech sort of warm gear that there is these days. It was like the t-shirts and the woolly jumper that you liked.
Afternoon.
It's a bit fresh up here, isn't it?
It's
We've
very...
got one of these, do somebody's dropped it.
No.
Oh,
We've been here that many
local?
times. Yes, we've
Yeah,
been
me
here that
too.
many times. We know
Me
where we
too.
are.
Yeah, me too as well. It was a mess on the, just left blowing around. It's cold, isn't
It
it?
is cold, bitterly cold.
It is, when you get out the window,
Oh, it's okay out the wind.
yeah,
Oh, it's from Oving. Where are you from? then?
We're from Darlington, the other side, the airport, from the airport side.
Oh, you're the
Middleton, St George.
I used to live at Middleton one.
Did you?
St George. But,
In the one row.
but we lived along Church Lane.
Oh wow!
Oh, it was lovely.
It's a lovely
It looked like the
place.
rectory, actually. Bloody cold in the winter, I'll tell you. Next to riders, aren't they?
Yeah.
I hate them going down the road, but they seem to know what they're doing. Sort of big.
It's nice talking to you. Isn't it?
And you as well. See you again.
Enjoy the rest of your walk.
bye.
So, we shall continue after we had a lovely chat with a lady there, who apparently used to come live near in the village that we lived in. So we put these long johns on,
Yeah.
and
Well, warm legs.
warm legs.
Warm legs.
Oh, you were talking about when you were a kid, you didn't have long johns, you only the trousers.
Yeah, well, it was, yeah. Well, you just had a vest, a t-shirt, a woolly jumper that your mum knit. You know, darn socks. They don't darn socks anymore.
Don't darn socks in it.
No.
This is the wool ones though. Keep your
Yeah,
feet warm unless they got
we-
wet.
I used to, me and my pals used to go. We used to bad weather camping. We used to call it. In the winter, we'd scoot off for the weekend and just set camp wherever. Usually in the Yorkshire Dales, usually high up on Whernside or somewhere like that. And yeah, it was really cold, and we didn't have air beds or anything like that. We just used to put a newspaper down on the floor and an old-fashioned sleeping bag, and that was it. So
Them were the days, lad.
Why
Them were
not?
the days.
why, I'd have made a very good Arctic explorer.
I think that dog is barking because somebody's shooting in the woods. It's usually the landowner or the farmer. Probably shooting, what would they be shooting? They won't be shooting rabbits. I was just saying to him, his lordship, I wonder if they shoot the deer, which they must do because there's rather a lot of them at the moment, and they must have some kind of culling.
They sell venison, don't they, in the shop, in the
That
steak
tree
shop.
will eventually break off its branch. That one over there. Kids all jump on it and it'll eventually break. I'm surprised they're letting them get on there.
Well,
anyway,
kids have to climb.
so he's feeling very warm with his long johns on, that's all I can say.
Well, my legs are.
Yes, some little
the rest of my
Cavalier King
body's.
Charles. They're lovely.
Yes,
A lot of people out. It's a bank holiday today. For those of you who don't know what a bank holiday is, it's why they call it a bank holiday. It means it's for people to not to work. Huh? Oh,
That's
that
naughty.
sounds like it's a
hunt.
hunt going on, going for the
I
fox.
thought they were banned.
I don't know, but the other day we went through one of the villages and we saw absolutely loads and loads of cars and we couldn't understand why they were there. Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah.
It's either the protesters or it might be the protesters chasing the hounds.
No, they're probably shooting, and to be fair, the dogs are probably there to retrieve the
Do you reckon?
birds. Yeah.
Anyway, we were going through this village and there was lots of cars parked, hundreds of them, and we couldn't understand why they were all there. So I looked it up on my phone and eventually I found out that they'd found out it's a fox. It's a, what do you call it? Some kind of thing for a group who have to find out where there's a hunt on.
It's the anti-hunt.
The anti-hunt campaign. And where they have to find out where there's one, they go straight there and protest and try to stop it. So that was why they were all there. Right, well, we're nearly back at where the cafe is, and hopefully his lordship will treat me to a cup of coffee because
she hasn't brought her purse.
Alright, and you got that because it's a black pudding sausage roll.
It's a black pudding sausage roll.
Alright.
It's a Yorkshire
We're
thing.
sharing cheese, dale, free range eggs, mayonnaise, and freshly cut mustard crust, and what's this one called? Chicken and avocado.
Oh, just got a bit of chicken, look.
Chicken and avocado, seasonal leaf tomato, black. Had to go into town. His lordship was going to see the physiotherapist, and we thought we'd have a little walk around the west end of the town. We haven't walked down here for a long time, so it was nice to see what it was like and see what the changes were. There's been a few new shops, there's been a few buildings being renovated, like this one on the right. It goes right round the corner, and we are noticing they're building a lot more apartments so that people can live above or behind the shops, and then they can go and walk around the town and eat in the We walk round to the right, and that is Skinnergate. Skinnergate is a little fairly narrow road, and with cobblestones all the way along. Not old cobblestones, the newer ones, but there's not much has changed there. On the left we usually have quite a few charity shops, and we're quite disappointing. There's quite a lot of shops have closed, and it is, as I say, it's a number of years since we've been there, and we're quite saddened to see that there's quite a lot of people have had to close their businesses down. Street, there are two narrow ones called Wynds, W-Y-N-D, and I'll take you down here in a minute, but we decided to go for a coffee into here.
Guys, oh, black pudding, crispy bacon.
Now this is a wind called Post House Wind, and we used to have a shop down here on the right hand side. It's cobbled, it's narrow, and there are shops on both sides. Cafes down this street now that weren't there before, and there's this particularly nice shop. This lady must obviously make her own prints. They weren't cheap. These lampshades weren't cheap, but they were absolutely gorgeous. £95 for that lamp. I really must find some time to go in there when his lordship's not around. And here on the right is the shop that we used to have. It's called Whimsicals now, but we used to I used to make silver jewellery, and I was doing silversmithing in the back, and we used to call it Mishu Gifts with Love. And unfortunately, much as I loved having the shop there, trophies took over, and so we decided we should get rid of the shop and go and get a factory unit big enough to cater for the trophies. But the lovely thing that I liked about being here was when you walked down this road here, you saw the clock tower. It looked absolutely fantastic with this imposing clock and the lovely little turrets that are above it. And so we end up back at the beginning, more or less, and we're heading back down to the car park. I've only shown you a small section of the town, but I hope you enjoyed watching it. We're now going to go through a little alleyway and head back to where the car's parked. Hello everybody, I have laid low for a week because I just felt like laying low for a week. After Christmas, what with having family up before Christmas, a quiet Christmas day for the two of us, then we went to up to my son's for Boxing Day, then down to visit his son for the day after, and his other son was there, and they were all riddled with colds and flu. So I was kind of sitting like that, trying to cover my face so that I wouldn't catch anything, because I'm fed up with having coughs and colds since September. And then the next day, a few days later, and then we brought his daughter and grandchildren up to stay for a few days, and then we took them back, and on the same day we took his mother out, and then took her out for a Christmas lunch, which was after post-Christmas sort of. She wouldn't have known. her partner spent Christmas Day. Her partner spent Christmas Day at the home with her, and we said, "How did you enjoy it?" He said, "Well, it was ridiculous." He says, "They had their dinner," and he says, "And then everything stopped." And we're thinking, well, you're in a dementia place, you know. I mean, I think he was expecting party games and glasses of wine and all sorts, but with them having dementia, he said it went on for the meal, and then it stopped soon after. He says they didn't go on for very long. And then we went to visit the other son, and they were riddled with colds. He has two sons. We'd already seen the second son, but we went to see him again, and they were riddled with cold and complaining about not being well. So you're constantly trying to avoid them, and then we just sat back after that and just said, right. I think New Year's Eve we were back on our own, and we just said, oh, let's chill. And then I think New Year's Day or the day after New Year's Day, I just said, right, I am going into my shed, into my room, and I'm going to spend the whole time tidying it up, putting things right, maybe sewing. Well, I didn't get much sewing done, but I did these past couple of days. It was a toss between doing a vlog or sewing, and I'm afraid that sewing took first place, because I just was ready to sew. I just wanted to do some sewing, and I've created two lovely dresses which I shall tell you about in my next vlog. And I just spent last night just basically finishing off some three or four items that I'd started before Christmas that I never finished off. So I was finishing those off as well, and thoroughly enjoyed myself. So this morning I am fed up with my hair, and I rang up the hairdressers the other day and said, can I make an appointment? And I said, it's a long time since I've been to see you. And she said, it's actually June. So I am going to go and get my hair cut. It's just, I feel like the wild woman from Wonga at the moment, and I just feel that I need to get something done to it. So I'm going to go and get it cut. How short, I do not know. I've got a vague idea of what I want to do, and I'll let you see what it looks like when I come out. See whether you approve or whether you think it looks okay. And I've also got to get a little bit of shopping in, so I'm going to be doing some shopping as well. And that's all I can say, really. We've had a nice quiet couple of days. Went to take Mummy out last week again, and she's not 100%. Well, obviously she's 96. She just had her 96th birthday. She's doing all right, but we had to get her out of bed at midday. So I think she's doing. To be fair, she was coughing an awful lot. So I think she's picked up the same bug that everybody else has, and she's weathering the storm, let's say. So I'm off to the hairdressers. So I'll catch you later. Well, I'm back. It's a little bit too bouncy for my liking at the moment, but she does a lovely cut. So I reckon I'm always like this. When I go to the hairdressers, I always don't like when it's first done. And then after that, I don't mind. It's quite, I like it. When his lordship used to get used to me rushing mins before I even let him have a look at it. He'd say, let's have a look at it. Let's have a look. And I go, no, it's horrible. I'm going to wash it. As I say, it's a little bit too bouncy, but I do like it. She's done a lovely job. It goes up at the back. You can't really see, but it's very, very nice. And I went into Morrison's to do some shopping, and I never told you this actually, but I went in November for my eyes to be tested, and I had previously gone the year before. I think the first year that COVID happened, after the first COVID bout of COVID, and when I went the first one, she said your eyes have improved, and I said, have they? And she says, yeah. She says, I can't believe it. She says, your eyes have improved. Well, it's because during COVID, I spent more time with my glasses on my face like that. and sewing and not wearing them. And so then I went again in November, and she said the same thing. She said, your eyes have improved. She says, even more. And I said, oh, this is great. So to the extent that although she gave me a prescription, she gave me a prescription, and the prescription is actually for the lenses. Not a great deal of difference, but, you know, they had improved. But I went round Morrison's there, and I heck see the labels. I was looking at the labels with my glasses on, and I'm thinking, God, I can see better like this. So I could see read the labels this way, but could I read them the other way? So I figured, right, okay, keep your glasses off while you're looking for the labels. So anyway, I haven't done nothing major. Just bought. I saw a nice corduroy shirt in burgundy, and it was reduced to £8. So I thought, right, I'm going to get that. I thought it looked rather nice. I haven't tried it on. It looks very nice. It's a nice burgundy needle cord. And I figured, I'm not a great lover of needle cord, simply because I used to make a lot of corduroy things in the past, and it goes very soft very quickly. It used to be trousers that I'd make, and these between my legs, they used to rub bare. And they always looked, once you've made them, when you first make them, they're nice and stiff and lovely. And then after a few washes, they go all limp, and you get marks where you know how on trousers you get these marks that go across your legs sometimes. Well, it used to go like that, and of course the little ridge used to wear down, and it didn't look very nice. So I tended not to do corduroy. But I quite like the look of this corduroy shirt, and the shirts will be different from trousers, to be fair. I have made corduroy pinafores in the past. I think I liked those. I remember there was a phase where you could make floral corduroy, and they were quite nice. I'm talking about 30, 40 years ago. Anyway, I bought this corduroy top. I bought myself some coal liner. Coal liner? Is that what you call it? Coal liner? I was looking at all my eyeliners that I've got, and I've got quite a few, and I thought, you know, it's time to bin them. They do say you shouldn't keep a hold of makeup for a long time, and I have been getting a little, not a sty, but a little sore eye on both eyes. I got a sore eye here. It was a little white spot that didn't develop into a sty, and then a few days later I got it back on here, and I'm very particular about when I clean one eye and don't use the same cloth to clean the other eye. So I've got hair down, it's tickling me. So I thought, right, it's time to bin the eyeliners, the coal liners. And I got two. One's called Tattoo Liner by Maybelline. Still in this wrapper. I'll try and take the wrapper off. And I've gone to brown. I always used to wear black, but I think I think it's time to soften my eyes a bit and go to brown. I used to wear green. I used to like green eyeliner because my eyes are greeny blue, and I used to wear greeny blue. I still have some of that, but time to bin them, I think. God, I don't know how to make them hard to get into. There, will that come off? Oh, it's like breaking it in the bank. Oh, can't get it off. No, I'm going to have to use a knife or something. But anyway, you'll have to... Oh. One, as I say, is Maybelline New York Tattoo Liner. Gel pencil, crayon gel. Well, it's all in different languages. And this one, I thought I'd try a Max Factor. And it's supposed to be brown. Max Factor Masterpiece. High precision. Oh, it's liquid eyeliner. High precision liquid eyeliner. I'm going to be shaky when I do that. Doing it. Oh, that's going to be fun. Anyway, that's what I've got. I've got some Domestos for the toilets. I've got some toilet cleaner. Nothing particular. Toilet paper. And some gluten-free biscuits, gluten-free cracker biscuits, which I like to use. I like to eat. So I'm going to head back home. The young girl who does my hair, she's a lovely girl. but she doesn't talk. Oh, that horse is going berserk there. Is it okay? The guy's struggling to keep a hold of. I have a lot of gypsies, and they pull pony. They get the horses to pull pony traps, and that pony wasn't very happy about us rearing. Bit of fun and action. You might have just seen there what was going on, but I doubt that you would. Anyway, the girl who does my hair, she's a lovely girl, really nice young girl, probably in her 30s, and she's very quiet, and that's what I like. She doesn't talk to you. She doesn't strike up conversation, and I love the fact that she doesn't strike up conversation. And bless her, she asked me if I'd had a nice Christmas, and I said, oh, well, it was a quiet one with a bit of a chaos on either side. And I said, how was yours? And she looked absolutely miserable, and she said, not great, but I don't want to talk about it. And I thought, oh God. And I noticed her wedding ring isn't on her finger, so I said, oh well, I said, the only thing I can tell you, I said, it will get better. It will get better. It's always, and I didn't want to ask her what it was about, whether it was that she'd had a breakup with her husband, a boyfriend, or I'm not sure if it's a boyfriend or a husband, but she's got a kid, 2 kids, I think, or it may have even been something else. I don't know, but I just didn't want to ask her. I thought I'm not gonna push her. Anyway, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Sun is shining, as you can see. It's in my eyes, and really, really nice. And I've got a funny feeling His Lordship's going to say, shall we go for a walk? But I have some orders to get out, so it's going to have to take second. I'm going to have to say, right, if you want to go for a walk, you're going to have to go off on your own, because I've got these orders to get out. So not great orders, there's not a lot, just a small amount. Keeps me going for about an hour or so. It takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours out my day, and then I'm back to normal, back in the old peasant person retired mode. So we're almost home, and we'll see if His Lordship likes my hair. He will say, it's lovely, it's lovely. Gorgeous, gorgeous day.